Welcome to Do You Wanna Dance with Sophia in Sapphire. Learn how simple it is to go from wallflower dreamer to confident center of the stage dancer. Whether it's the first dance as husband and wife or another option for date night, we'll help you go from nerdy to flirty, jump-starting your dancing journey and transforming your experience into a personal expression of what makes you, you. And now, your host for Do You Wanna Dance, Sophia in Sapphire.
Welcome to the Do You Wanna Dance radio show. I'm your hostess, Sophia, and you're listening live on VegasAllNetRadio.com. This show is about inspiring you, helping you get out there, jump-starting your dancing journey, making the most out of your first dance experience. We have tips and tricks to show you how to get from nerdy to flirty using today the secret of giving back to the community. That's not something we always hear about or think about when we plan big events or even dance, but there's a lot of people out there that might not have the opportunity for those things. So we are going to have Adam Frazier join us later. He is from the Wish Upon a Wedding organization. They have 10 chapters across the U.S., and they grant weddings and wishes to people who are terminally ill and have altering life circumstances. I think it's an awesome, awesome thing, so please stay tuned to hear more about that later. If you missed a show, please visit our website, sophiainsapphire.com, to have access to archives and downloads. Like us on Facebook to be personally invited to Sophia in Sapphire classes and events. Big announcement to everyone who's tuning in tonight at the Encore on the Las Vegas Strip. We are having a meet and greet for Sophia in Sapphire and radio launch party at Andrea's, which is a restaurant. Party starts at 7 o'clock, and you will meet Sophia in Sapphire team. We will be all dressed up in Latin costume, Swarovski crystals and all. So come on down. It's a free event. Come support Sophia and Sapphire. Co-hosting with me today is Magic Al Jensen. Welcome to the show.
Hi there, Miss Sophia. You are looking particularly wonderful today.
Thank you so much. I'm kind of in a rush running around all day for the big event tonight.
In preparation for the big radio launch party tonight as part of Yvette Auger Brown's Cosmopolitan Connection. Andrea's, which is a fancy place, over at the Encore, which is a fancy place.
Yes.
And you, Sophia and Sapphire, are going to be there, a very fancy dressed girl.
I will.
Good.
Thanks. So I came into the studio dressed up almost without the dress, but the hair's done. I have a regular dress on.
Oh, okay. But looking good. I'm excited because Andrea's is a very nice place, and the Encore, just a delightful place, and Yvette Auger Brown's Cosmopolitan Connection, fantastic networking opportunity. Going to be lots of people there tonight. Roger Bennett will be there with his fancy camera shooting pictures of everybody that will want to be photographed with you, as well as some other dancers that will be dressed in appropriate ballroom dance attire.
Yes. That's pretty exciting because it's not something you see every day.
You do, but I mean the rest of us generally don't.
Well, I mean, I don't either. I do see it at the competition, but these gowns are, some of them are thousands of dollars.
Really?
Mine was $3,000.
What, three?
I bought it used.
Goodness. Yeah.
And it's covered in thousands of Swarovski crystals. I just look like a piece of jewelry. But it's cool because one thing about the ballroom world is that it's like a movie. It's what you see on TV. It is very glitzy, and what's nice is that it's a once-in-a-lifetime sort of thing. You don't see it around, but how cool is it to be in an environment where everyone is all dressed up like nobody's business?
Yeah, that's awesome.
And you feel so special. Mm-hmm. You feel so legit and so expensive.
We're actually bringing back...
And poor.
We're bringing back the old Vegas vibe.
Yeah, and I heard it from other people before that there was a lot more of this stuff, going on.
When I started coming to Las Vegas in the early 1980s, you were expected to, when you went to a show, gentlemen wore jacket and tie, ladies wore gowns. You went out to dinner. Ladies wore gowns. Gentlemen wore jacket and ties. I mean, a tuxedo was common, and you never thought about wearing shorts and flip flops. Going through a casino, you were always dressed up. It was just a different time.
Yeah, it is my pet peeve that people don't take the time to take care of how they look and how they present themselves to other people, because it all translates, how you carry yourself, what you
Yes.
choose to put on, the language you use, even the way you move through space.
And we've
right?
talked about the last couple of weeks, about the body language that we use and the words that we use, how they exude our confidence or lack thereof, and the messages that they send.
Yeah, and actually, so our last week's guest was body language expert Tracy Brown.
Right.
She is an author of Body Language Confidential and Body Language for Profits. She was on the news analyzing body language of the president and all these different political debates, and gave us so much insight on how much information there is without many words.
Exactly.
And I think we're kind of losing it in the modern world just because there's so much technology. We're getting out of touch. And I love the ballroom world because you have to be in touch. You have to,
Oh, yes.
Connect with other people. You have to be aware of other people, how you make other people feel too. And it's just so much respect there. A gentleman takes care of the lady, takes care of her gentleman, and it's so sweet.
It is.
I really like it.
Tracy was a great guest, and we had Dawn Elizabeth on the week before that talking about neuro-linguistic programming.
Yeah, now that was interesting, huh?
NLP, the way that we use the words that we use and the impact that it has on the recipient of those words.
And we talked about its secret weapon, how to get people to dance with you
That's
using
right.
the correct language.
Exactly.
And we did consider renaming the show to Would You Like to Dance?
To dance, exactly.
Instead of Do You Want to Dance? So that was great.
You've had some awesome guests.
Awesome guests.
Over the last several weeks. Well, this is, what is this, edition number 14 or 15 today?
Today is 15.
Today's number 15.
June did have a theme of psychology.
Right.
And I love finishing up the month with the giving back, because that's psychological too.
Yes, it is.
We experience a lot of good things in life, and we are always trying to improve ourselves. But there are some people out there that they need our help and attention.
Right. That's right. We are infinitely blessed, and some people, unfortunately, are blessed with difficulties and challenges in life.
I like how you said that.
I mean, everything that we have is a blessing. The fact that we get to grace this earth, with our presence just for a single day, is a blessing in and of itself. And the more days that we have, the bigger the blessing. And some people, well, let's face it, everybody has challenges of one or another. And some people have, significant, like terminal illnesses and challenges. So our guest, Adam Frazier, a little bit later is going to be talking about how his organization helps to give back to the community, especially those people who are facing terminal illnesses.
Yeah, and through weddings.
Exactly.
That's so cool.
Exactly.
Very unique.
So I'm looking forward to hearing a little bit more about that as we go along. But there's a question I've been dying to ask you.
Right.
Is it okay?
It's okay.
Because you have a brother, Mike, who was on our show a couple of times. In fact, I think he co-hosted for me last week.
Yes, he did.
When I was unavailable, and we did an in-studio pre-recorded interview that's, as we say in the business, in the can, that we'll use at some point in the future. And here in just a couple of days, he is preparing to get on an airplane and head to St. Petersburg, Russia.
Yes, and one of the reasons he's kind of drawn to going back is just the different psychology of the people. I mean, people in other countries, across the world, sometimes they, are more eager to help each other out.
Sure.
And the giving back is a little bit more commonplace, like every day.
Right.
If you're stuck in a crunch, someone will come.
Yes, I think that is probably more prevalent in, I don't like to use the term third world countries, but countries and communities that are not, as economically blessed as we are here. When times are tough, people pull together. And I think that's a trait of those kind of communities. When we don't have the money to spend, we we share our time and our talents with our neighbors. And I think that's what you're saying.
That is what
Now,
I'm
you
saying.
had an experience yourself in the Ukraine, if I'm not mistaken.
That's right.
In the Peace Corps. You spent time in the Peace Corps, stationed in a small community in the Ukraine. I want to hear a little bit more about that.
Yeah, that was an experience where you make something out of nothing. I
Yeah.
mean, there is nothing even to make. But you have to be super creative, super persistent. You have to fight through a lot of people who don't believe in, what you're offering or the charity that you're providing. So it was really cool. It was about 2.5 years. I lived in a village on a dirt road with a goat, and I learned Ukrainian fluently. I did not speak it before.
In a village with dirt roads and a goat.
Yes, we didn't always have heat or water or,
Oh.
the amenities. But what the interesting thing is? I would go around to different, small cities or villages, and I would talk to diplomats. And there was this one experience where I had to do a speech in front of 50 Ukrainian diplomats
Really?
in Ukrainian, talking about grassroots projects, which is a foreign idea in a country like Ukraine, because there a lot of things don't work out and there's a lot of corruption. But I feel like after that experience, I'm just a lot more enthused about giving back in everything I do. One of the things, the meetups, I love inviting locals. It's a complimentary meetup, giving back the good feeling of connecting with each other.
Sure.
Like, who does that?
And you've done that for several months now over at the Ritz.
It's at the Ritz on Monday night, 6 p.m. We're still doing the swing. It's still June.
All right.
So I've been inviting a lot of people. We might have a lot of newcomers this Monday night.
I've asked a lot of women I know if they want to come to the Ritz and swing.
What do they say?
Yeah, I need to change my terminology there. I need to get Dawn Elizabeth to help me with the NLP because asking women if they want to swing, that's probably not the best
That's not
terminology.
the right way.
Yeah, probably not the right way. So I've got to come up with something else.
All right. Well, I think it's about time to bring on our guest, Adam Frazier, president of Wish Upon a Wedding. Welcome to the show.
Thanks, guys.
Welcome, Adam Frazier. Great
Thanks,
to have
guys.
you in the studio with us today.
Glad to be here. Thank you.
So tell us a little bit more. What is this organization? I know it's amazing what they do. I mean, they get out there and help really people who don't really have a chance, terminally ill, had life-altering experiences, and you do something very special for them.
Yes, actually, we have a local chapter of what is a national organization. I'm actually really lucky to be the Las Vegas' local chapter president. But what we do is we actually we find people in our community here in Las Vegas and actually around the country, and if they have found themselves in a situation where one member of that relationship is facing a terminal illness, we rally local professionals, wedding professionals, towards putting on a free wedding for that couple. We'll also do it for people that are facing a life-altering circumstance, like if a military vet comes back and maybe has suffered, a horrific injury or something like that. We want to take the burden of, the financial burden of planning a wedding, and as well for, the time and logistics that go into planning a wedding. We want to just take all that off their shoulders and let them enjoy the day.
That's amazing. So tell me about the team that participates. Who are these people, and how do you make it happen?
Basically, we have a local board here, all made up of local wedding professionals that volunteer their time towards making sure everything stays organized and moving forward. And then we actually find local professionals here in Las Vegas and around the country. So if there's someone needs to get looking to get married in another part of the country, we find local professionals there, and we rally those professionals towards putting on a free wedding.
And do you see a lot of good reception from the community to give back?
Absolutely. We actually here in Vegas, we have an amazing, we call them wish granters here in Vegas, and we have an amazing assortment of people here that are ready to do it. So.
Awesome. Let's hear more about that after this short commercial break. We have to take our first commercial messages.
Feel free to get up and dance while we take a quick break for these commercial messages.
Hi, Hi, it's Sophia from Sophia in Sapphire, here with a personal invitation to join me at 6 p.m. each Monday night in June to learn the swing at the Ritz, located at 3360 East Flamingo Road, for my How to Dance in Real Life Situations beginner class. Begin your journey from nerdy to flirty while you learn how to make dance more than just a one-time thing. For more information, please visit sophiainsapphire.com.
Are you sick and tired of not seeing consistent growth in your business and feel like you're spinning your wheels no matter how hard you keep working? If you're ready to finally do something about it so you can start enjoying your life more, then listen up. My name is William Mears, and I'm the founder of Mears Venture Productions and creator of the popular MVP strategy. And I'm prepared to reveal 3 of my most powerful business acceleration strategies with you when you pick up the phone and call me. Together, we can create that magical growth you've been chasing after. So what are you waiting for? Give me a call, 1-800-411-6472, and let's take your business to a whole new level.
Are you looking for an all-inclusive, stress-free wedding venue? One with all the services to plan your perfect wedding. If so, you're looking for the Ritz of Las Vegas, family-owned and operated for more than 10 years. In addition to traditional events, the Ritz specializes in theme weddings from 1920s, glam goth, Star Wars, Harry Potter, masquerade, burlesque, or vintage Hollywood, just to name a few. Whatever your vision, the Ritz makes it a reality. For more information on the finest all-inclusive, stress-free wedding venue in Las Vegas, contact the Ritz of Las Vegas at 702-336-3626 or visit them at theritzoflasvegas.com. That's 702-336-3626 or theritzoflasvegas.com.
Are you funny? Do you want to be funnier? Want more laughs from your speech, business presentation, or act? I'm Big Magic Al Jensen, and in addition to being a radio show host, I perform my comedy magic act on stages across Las Vegas and cruise ships around the world. I've consulted and coached humorous speech contest winners, stage performers, and business professionals who want to bring more humor to their conversations and presentations. I can do the same for you with my program, Funny Just Got Easier. One-on-one coaching, group classes, and workshops are available. Whether you want to be funnier in front of an audience or just in conversation, Funny Just Got Easier is the simple and quick way to kick up your humor. Check out funnyjustgoteasier.com for more information on personal coaching and workshop dates. That's funnyjustgoteasier.com.
Welcome back to Do You Wanna Dance? Once again, your host, Sophia in Sapphire.
Sophia in Sapphire.
Welcome back to the show, everybody. I'm your hostess, Sophia, and you're listening live to Do You Wanna Dance Radio. Don't forget you could find us on sophiainsapphire.com for past episodes, which are pretty amazing, and downloads. If you'd like to be invited to our events, please like us on Facebook, Sophia in Sapphire. And please come to our event tonight. It's June 25th. It's at the Encore. It's our radio launch party. And Sophia in Sapphire meet and greet at 7 p.m. Andrea's Restaurant. Today we are talking about how to get from nerdy to flirty by giving back to the community. We have Adam Frazier in studio with us from Wish Upon a Wedding. Welcome back to the show, Adam.
Thanks, guys.
So Wish Upon a Wedding, you guys... you provide weddings to individuals that are facing life-threatening illness and life-altering circumstances. And tell us a little bit more about that.
Yeah, so basically, you know, our very first wedding wish here in Vegas was back in 2010. We were really fortunate to be connected to a couple, Nick and Robin, who were both they were both born with cerebral palsy and confined to wheelchairs. They definitely grew up without a lot of the benefits that a lot of us are able to have. They actually met in the nursing home where they were both living in the assisted living facility there, and so they were kind of going to college and they met there and fell in love, and they're very, very fun-loving, very interesting couple, full of personality. And then we were introduced to them, and we were able to kind of jump on board and take over their wedding planning process.
So this is basically like a dream come true for some of these people, right?
Absolutely.
Now,
Yep.
how do they come across you? You know, do they come to you? How do they know about you?
Well, definitely through kind of word of mouth.
Uh-huh.
We want people to share the stories. We want people to share the mission of what we do. They can find us on Facebook. They can definitely find us online at wishuponawedding.org. And actually, one of the biggest things that we want to do is we want to raise awareness to grant more weddings. We have an amazing group of people here in Vegas that are just itching to do this, and we need more applicants.
Can you tell us a little bit more about some of the other people that are involved in the Wish Upon a Wedding group, and what kind of, other than the wedding ceremony itself, what kind of services can your clients get?
Beyond, well, the services that we do are related to the wish granting, or down towards the wedding process.
Sure.
So obviously the wedding day goes off. Sometimes we're able to connect them with wedding dresses, things like that. Our photographers that are on board, oftentimes what they'll do is, obviously they'll provide wedding day photographs, but sometimes they'll be willing to do like engagement sessions for the couples as well,
okay.
which is a great way for, this whole idea, it brings me back to a particular point with another couple that we had the honor to grant their wedding wish, which was Heidi and Billy. And he had said something very, it's kind of really stuck with me ever since we got a chance to meet them here in Vegas. And he knew that, he wasn't going to be around for long. He was given, he had terminal throat cancer.
Mm-hmm.
And so he knew that the time that he had to share with Heidi, his bride, and her daughter, she had two daughters, the time that he had to share with them was limited. And so he saw this opportunity of being able to go through this, not just the wedding day itself, but the process of, the memories that you have leading up to the wedding. He saw it as being able to make memories for them.
Sure.
So a lot of times, it's not just the wedding day that you're connected with through making memories, but it's all of those things that happen leading up to it, all the planning, all the moments that happen as you're picking out the different things like invitations and flowers.
So you help with the wedding, the planning of it, and I'm assuming that you provide a venue.
Yes, we do.
Okay. And what about catering, stuff like that?
Yeah, a lot of times here in Vegas, the venues themselves, they'll also do in-house catering, but absolutely, we make sure that they have a reception that provides a dinner for up to 50 people.
Okay, and I'm assuming decorations and cake, maybe even?
Absolutely.
Okay, and an officiant, be that a minister or a lay officiant, would probably be
most
something
definitely
that you'd have to have. Flowers?
Flowers, absolutely.
Cool. And what about music and dance?
DJs are definitely provided.
Yeah.
And, yep. They give a lot of great energy to the wedding day.
Okay. And every bride would become a bridezilla if they didn't have somebody to do their hair and makeup.
Absolutely.
So you've got that taken care of.
Yep.
And what about transportation, getting to and from?
Yeah, definitely. If they need transportation, we've got wedding wish granters that will provide a limo and get them around town in style and with a lot of fun.
That's awesome. Tell us a little bit about some of the other people that are on the board of Wish Upon a Wedding who also give tirelessly of themselves.
We have what's interesting is that all of our board members are volunteers. Actually, our entire organization is all volunteer based, coming from our national board members on down. We have one executive position, and that's the only paid position. But everybody else on all the local levels across the national board, they're all volunteers. So locally here we have wedding professionals that are part of it. I think of Michael Coxon. He's our marketing chair. He's was with a company called Paper and Home, which is a paper and invitation company. They do a lot of that. I think of Arlene Barba. She is our local chapter vice president. She owns a DJ company as well as a wedding planning company, and so she is kind of like my right-hand person there. We have a gentleman named Dennis Silknitter. He is actually involved with catering and sales up at the Four Seasons. So there's just a lot of great people around our city that are part of this.
Yeah, I think this is so cool. I love bringing this to the attention of our listeners and everyone out there. A lot of times when we're like I mentioned before, planning for a special day, we get so consumed with everything that can go wrong, but what about those people who don't have a chance to even experience something like that? And I've actually been talking about you, Adam, to some people in A Wish Upon a Wedding because I'm so excited about it. And people kind of thought it was a little morbid that, oh, they do weddings for somebody who's about to die. But the beauty of it is that the memory for the survivor will last forever.
Absolutely.
And, you know, through photographs and through the experience, I mean, that in itself is a huge coping mechanism because a lot of people, you know, go into great depression after losing someone special.
Of course.
Sure, and who's to say that the person with the terminal illness, you know, who only has a short time to live here on this earth, I mean, their memories are critically important as well.
That's true.
A tremendously exciting time in their life. And I think about this story I heard from down in Texas just a month or so ago, where both the bride and the groom, shortly after their wedding, I believe it was on the wedding day, were involved in a head-on automobile accident.
Oh my goodness!
Each one of them in separate vehicles, and they both died, you know, that day. So let's be honest, we don't know how long any one of us has here on this earth. So, I mean, yes, the memories are important for the surviving spouse, but I think they're critically important as well for the individual with the terminal illness, because you know, how long do they have? My son was diagnosed with cancer when he was 8 years old.
Wow!
Didn't realize
8 years old.
He was 8 years old, diagnosed with Burkitt's lymphoma.
Wow!
The Make-A-Wish Foundation granted him a wish. We had no idea
how
long, you know, he would survive. You know, thank goodness, thank the good Lord that he's now 32 and in good health.
How cool!
That's amazing.
But the Make-A-Wish Foundation granted him a wish to go to Disney World in Florida, and it meant the world to him. And I can only imagine that the people who are involved in the Wish Upon a Wedding program have, you know, similar memories. And it's just an awesome, awesome thing that you do, Adam.
Thank you. And we've got a lot of amazing people that help us with that process.
That's awesome. And how can, if somebody knows of someone, I mean, how can we help you get the word out to the community? So if we know of somebody who is in a situation like this, how can we refer them to you and connect the two of you together?
Well, the biggest thing is that, and the application process always starts at our website, which is wishuponawedding.org.
Okay.
And there you'll see a link where you can go to apply for a wish. And that's always the first starting point. Even though you might know me personally or can reach out to me directly, I always point them, because the application process always starts at the website.
Yeah. So, Adam, you are a photographer. You've been here shooting tons of weddings for 7 years. You are obviously a very active contributor to Wish Upon a Wedding, as well as being a president. But tell us a little bit about, where did the idea for Wish Upon a Wedding come from, and how did it start?
Well, it started with our first, we call her the CWO, the Chief Wedding Officer of the organization. And her goal, Liz's goal, was to grant an amazing wedding for a couple in Northern California that just was really deserving. And as she started down that process of granting the wedding for this couple, she got tons of applications for people that were hoping to get this. And so basically she saw that there's a gigantic need for more vendors to come involved, to be, you know, more wish granters to be a part of the process. And that's where she got the idea that she could take this on a national level towards all kinds of communities across the country. And that was originally started by Liz Guthrie.
That's amazing. So where was the first one?
It was in Northern California.
Which city?
I think Sacramento.
Oh, okay.
Off the top of my head.
And at what point in time? How long has this been
that was in 2010.
Okay.
Okay.
So in your 4th year of operation now, and I know that you want to help more and more couples, and that's one of the reasons that we have you on the show today.
Yes, absolutely.
Is to help publicize the fact that you are out there, you are available, and actively seeking people who are in circumstances who want to have the wedding of their lifetime, but health circumstances may prevent that from happening.
Thank you so much for joining us. We will have you back. But we have to segue into our next commercial messages, so we will be back after this short break.
Feel free to get up and dance while we take a quick break for these commercial messages.
Do You Want to Dance is brought to you by Sophia in Sapphire. Experience the bliss of dance, whether preparing for the first dance of the rest of your life as husband and wife, or gaining the confidence to enjoy the dance floor on date night. Sophia and her team of dance specialists will help you feel alive, reconnected, and invigorated through all types of dances. From beginners to advanced students, Sophia will help you experience the therapeutic, medicinal, and transformative benefits of dance. Get on the dance floor. Get in a game. Go from nerdy to flirty with Sophia in Sapphire. Listen to Do You Want to Dance Wednesdays at 4 p.m. on Vegas AllNet Radio. And check out SophiaInSapphire.com for more information. Or give Sophia a call at 702-907-7002. That's SophiaInSapphire.com. And the Do You Want to Dance radio show Wednesdays at 4 p.m. on Vegas AllNetRadio.com.
From the very first lesson, Sophia was quick to adapt her teaching style to my learning style, and she exuded positive energy. Over time, I had occasion to see Sophia with other students and how different her lessons were with each student, depending on their needs. I never bought lessons in advance, so I never felt committed to taking lessons, but I've been coming back every week for 2 years. I now go out dancing with ease and even enjoy dancing with Sophia in exhibitions and show numbers. I consider Sophia a friend, in addition to being a truly unique and wonderful dance instructor.
Are you looking for an all-inclusive, stress-free wedding venue? One with all the services to plan your perfect wedding. If so, you're looking for the Ritz of Las Vegas, family-owned and operated for more than 10 years. In addition to traditional events, the Ritz specializes in theme weddings from 1920s, glam goth, Star Wars, Harry Potter, masquerade, burlesque, or vintage Hollywood, just to name a few. Whatever your vision, the Ritz makes it a reality. For more information on the finest all-inclusive, stress-free wedding venue in Las Vegas, contact the Ritz of Las Vegas at 702-336-3626 or visit them at theritzoflasvegas.com. That's 702-336-3626 or theritzoflasvegas.com.
Planning a wedding? Want a spectacular, one-of-a-kind reception party experience? All Events Production is ready to make your event a unique production. From DJ and music to photo booth and even lighting, they will keep your guests engaged and entertained from beginning to end. Your wedding is transformed into a truly wow event. From live broadcasting for those who can't be there in person, to live texting, dancing in the clouds, snow, and all sorts of special effects. Your special day will truly be one of a kind. Contact All Events Production at 702-348-6641 or visit them online at alleventsproduction.com. That's 702-348-6641 or alleventsproduction.com.
Welcome back to Do You Wanna Dance? Once again, your host, Sophia in Sapphire.
Sophia in Sapphire.
Welcome back to the show, everybody. I'm your hostess, Sophia, and you're listening live to Do You Wanna Dance Radio. Don't forget, you could find us on SophiaInSapphire.com for past episodes and downloads. And if you would like to be invited to our special meetups, special events, please like us on Facebook, Sophia in Sapphire. Today we have a very special guest. He's talking to us about giving back to the community. His name is Adam Frazier from Wish Upon a Wedding. Welcome back to the show.
Thank you.
So, Wish Upon a Wedding, you guys grant wishes, a wedding to people who have a threatening illness. And you know what? To some, having a life-threatening illness is a sad concept to grasp.
Definitely.
I know that you've mentioned before that one of the hopes of this organization is that the chosen recipients can inspire other couples facing similar situations to find hope and strength because, when we're down in the dumps and deep in the depression of why should I try? What's left for me? So comments on that.
Yeah, I mean, we love that these weddings really kind of become more than just people getting married. It becomes a celebration of this person's life, of obviously the love that they share with the person that they're committing to. But of course, many people, they think, I'm facing something that is going to, be so sad and depressing. Why should I give it a try? And I think that, this is that opportunity for you to celebrate all that you do have, the love that you have with the person that you're marrying, but as well the love that you have with all the friends and family that are watching
Exactly.
and experiencing these things with you. And for a lot of these couples, what they end up having is this wedding is more than just the marriage of two people. It becomes maybe one of the last significant opportunities for all of these people to get together, your friends, your family, to celebrate your life and the love that you have with them and that they have for you.
I love the word celebrate,
Mm-hmm.
because we forget life is so precious. Why not celebrate life? Why think about non-life?
Yeah.
So all the times and special memories, and that's really that keeps us going, you know.
Yes, absolutely.
Now, Adam, I know that in a few states in our union, same-gender marriages are legal.
Yeah.
Let's talk about same-gender marriages / commitment ceremonies. Do you reach out to those types of couples as well?
Absolutely. And I'm actually really glad you said that because it's actually a part of our mission statement. We do all of this, and we do it regardless of sexual orientation.
Okay.
So if we have a couple that are looking to, same-sex couple that are looking to have, a commitment ceremony, we welcome that. We celebrate that. And so they're more than welcome to apply. Of course, if you get into the legality of whether or not they can legally be married, these weddings are about two people coming together. And so we can do commitment ceremonies even if they're not necessarily legally, marrying each
Sure.
other.
I mean,
So-
you still have to follow the laws of the land, but if a commitment ceremony is the most substantial thing that you can offer, then you do reach out and
Absolutely.
and help them with that. That's awesome.
So who is eligible? I know, people that are diagnosed with not much time to live, but how much exactly?
We define it as 5 years or less. So if they're diagnosed with a terminal illness that the doctors feel like they have 5 years or less, then that becomes what we consider a terminal illness that
Okay.
we would then grant.
That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. So tell us a little bit more about how the local community can participate. Is that also just going to a website? I know you're having an event coming up. Would that be a good thing for us to know about?
Absolutely, and we talk about participation. We want our community at large to get behind what we're doing, and our wish granters in force are already doing that. If you are interested in becoming a wish granter, you have services related to wedding services. Again, at the website you can apply to be a wish granter.
Right.
And we'll actually be at our next event coming up here in the fall. It's called Art on the Table. We'll actually be going through and highlighting some of our wish granters, as well as highlighting some of the people that we've been able to grant weddings for.
Awesome.
Yeah, but the event that we've got coming up is called Art on the Table, and more information on it to follow. You can definitely check out our Facebook page, follow our Facebook page, and you'll get updates when the Art on the Table will be scheduled.
Okay.
But yeah, so basically with Art on the Table, what we're doing is we are it's a fundraising / awareness event, and we're asking for people in the community to buy a table, and they can use whatever their profession is. We want you to use the theme of that profession as the inspiration for decorating a table. So it's a fun way of just kind of getting people together to be creative, and then as well to we'll have some local celebrities judging the tables and seeing,
Oh, how cool.
as well as a People's Choice Award. It'll be a 2-day event coming up here this fall.
Okay, so fall, no set date. Is there a venue?
Yes, it'd actually be at the Four Seasons.
Awesome.
Yes.
Love it.
Nice
My
place.
style.
Yep. So it's an amazing venue. We're so fortunate to be able to have it there.
Nice place. Now, you got involved in this primarily because of your relationship to the wedding industry
Yes.
as a photographer.
Mhm.
Is that
Yes,
right?
absolutely.
Tell us a little bit about your photography business.
Well, I've been here in Vegas since 2007 as a photographer. I've really just fallen in love with photographing weddings. Even it's amazing to see the journey that couples go on and the way they react to different things on their wedding day. Weddings kind of follow a similar format, but what is amazing is that each wedding day is always a little bit different because those couples they have different moments and they have different reactions to things, and I think that's largely what I love photographing is the way everyone is experiencing their wedding day.
So did that inspire you to go forward with Wish Upon a Wedding, or what's the story?
Definitely. And my wife and I, we were looking for a way to give back, and our initial thought was we would find a deserving couple, and we would just give them a complete wedding photography package. And as we began kind of chasing down that road of who it could be and maybe how to qualify them, my wife Simbra actually came across Wish Upon a Wedding, the website, and thought, this would be an amazing way of not just letting us give back one photography package, but of involving our entire community towards giving free weddings to people. So it just kind of became the natural thing to kind of jump in with and try to bring a local chapter here.
Very cool. So tell us about an upcoming wedding. Do you have someone scheduled?
Well, not at the moment. And that's actually, I think, one of the biggest reasons why I'm so glad that I can be on the show is because we are always looking for new recipients. We don't have anyone currently who's, going to be given a wish for. So if, the listening audience knows of anybody, if you are someone who is facing terminal illness and you have a loved one in your life and you want to just take that plunge, we want to do that for you. So you can, we want you to spread the word, share it with people in your circle of friends, in your community. We would love to get more people applying for wedding wishes.
So, sometimes people who are terminally ill are a little shy, or they don't quite want to apply themselves.
Absolutely.
Is it okay for a family member or a friend to apply for them?
Yes, absolutely. You can apply on behalf of someone else. Eventually, we will need to reach out to the couple themselves and go through the process. You do need to be, obviously, over 18 and
meet all the legal requirements.
Yes, all that as well.
Sure.
So, but all that information as well is available on our website too, wishuponawedding.org.
So very cool. Going back to your photography.
Yes.
So I've seen some amazing pictures.
Thank you.
I know you've been around for quite some time. You do more than just weddings, is that true?
I do, yeah. Weddings are largely what I do as a professional photographer. I also do some portraits, and I've got a small studio downtown. So,
there's a lot of entertainment in town too. Do you particularly just do events or private?
I would say largely I shoot mostly is weddings here in town, which is something I've just fallen in love with. Every now and then again you get a chance for I'll get a chance to photograph an event of some kind. So
do you work strictly in color? I think I've seen some black and white work that you've done.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it's the amazing thing about digital is that it really has opened up the ability to be a lot more creative in terms of how we display images. So you get to photograph in both areas of color and black and white at the same time. So are in the same event. So
that's exciting because black and white takes a different eye than planning to shoot in color. Is that correct?
Yeah, and oftentimes, I'll be looking at a scene, and of course, we're always looking at scenes in color, and I can tell that this is going to be a scene that's going to look amazing in black and white. Absolutely.
Yeah, I did a little photography myself back in the day. In fact, I actually shot a wedding. I did a wedding.
You did?
You're a brave soul.
I actually did 2 weddings, the first and the last. It was for my cousin, and she had a very small budget.
Right.
But she just celebrated, I believe, her 35th wedding anniversary.
Oh, that's amazing.
And she sent me a note on Facebook saying, I pulled out the pictures from our wedding, and it was just awesome.
Wow.
So
Absolutely.
it was exciting. It was exciting to do that.
That's the thing about photography is that, it's exciting to see it when we first get those pictures taken and we get a chance to look back immediately on those moments. But the longer you live and the farther removed you get from those memories, the more valuable those photographs really become.
Now, how do people find Adam Frazier Photography?
You can look exactly as you just described it online. You can go to my website, which is adam-frazier.com, and you can check out the work there. I've got a blog, which you can see kind of a lot of recent work. You can find me on Facebook. You can find me on Instagram. Instagram's a little different. It's Adam Frazier Photographer.
Okay.
And then, but you can find me in all those places.
All right.
Very cool. So, do you post your work online on Facebook?
I do, yeah. So definitely, you'll see links to blog posts online at Facebook. You'll see, blog posts where I highlight the kind of the way the stories are of the wedding days.
All right. So if you've just joined us, Adam Frazier from Wish Upon a Wedding, also a photographer extraordinaire. Please let us know how we can contact you again for Wish Upon a Wedding if you're interested in giving back or being a recipient. How can we find you?
You can definitely go to wishuponawedding.org and find a lot of information about whether applying for a wish or seeing the events that are going on, not only in Vegas, but in the community. You can also follow our local page, which is Wish Upon a Wedding Las Vegas. and you can find that Facebook page as well.
Thank you so much for joining us, Adam.
Thank you for having us.
Thanks, Adam.
Thanks for bringing me on.
We have to segue into our next commercial messages. We will be back after this short break.
Feel free to get up and dance while we take a quick break for these commercial messages.
When marimba rhythms start to play, dance with me, make me sway.
Hi, Sophia. It's Roxanne. I just wanted to let you know my husband and I wanted to do a first dance at our wedding, and we found Sophia and Sapphire online. We had a total of 10 lessons in 3 months and put together a routine that was easy for us to learn, tailored to our first song, and that made us look good at our wedding. Our wedding dance specialist from Sophia and Sapphire was amazing, patient, and taught us the dance moves progressively, and in a way someone with no dance experience, like us, could still learn it and make it look great. Scheduling was flexible, and we were able to conveniently meet at a studio located closest to us. Thanks, Sophia.
Hi, it's Sophia from Sophia in Sapphire, here with a personal invitation to join me at 6 p.m. each Monday night in July to learn the tango at the Ritz, located at 3360 East Flamingo Road, for my How to Dance in Real Life Situations beginner class. Begin your journey from nerdy to flirty while you learn how to make dance more than just a one-time thing. For more information, please visit sophiainsapphire.com.
Are you sick and tired of not seeing consistent growth in your business and feel like you're spinning your wheels no matter how hard you keep working? If you're ready to finally do something about it so you can start enjoying your life more, then listen up. My name is William Mears, and I'm the founder of Mears Venture Productions and creator of the popular MVP strategy. And I'm prepared to reveal 3 of my most powerful business acceleration strategies with you when you pick up the phone and call me. Together, we can create that magical growth you've been chasing after. So what are you waiting for? Give me a call, 1-800-411-6472, and let's take your business to a whole new level.
Welcome back to Do You Wanna Dance? Once again, your host, Sophia in Sapphire.
Sophia in Sapphire.
Welcome back to the show, everybody. I'm your hostess, Sophia, and you're listening live to Do You Wanna Dance Radio. Don't forget you could find us online on sophiainsapphire.com for past episodes and downloads. Find us on Facebook to be invited.
Hey, Sophia, I have to say I had a really good time at the Tuscany on Monday night.
I know, our field trip.
We did a little field trip over to the Tuscany, and everybody was swinging at the Tuscany.
Tons of success. Everyone had fun. The band was awesome. The jazz was live.
It was phenomenal. And I got to tell you, I had a chance to spend a little time with William Mears outside on the patio of Mears Venture Productions, and he was telling me a little bit about his MVP strategy and his business acceleration strategies. He helps people implement their business strategies and give you what you need to do to really take action and make things happen. I got to tell you, this is a shout out for William Mears. I had a great time chatting with him. He is an awesome individual, and anybody who's an entrepreneur out there who wants to really see the results in their business, you got to get a hold of William Mears. You can reach him at 800-411-6472. That's 800-411-6472. And tell him that you heard it on the Do You Want to Dance radio show.
Thank you so much for that shout out.
Absolutely.
Great info.
William's a cool guy, and he really helps get things done. So I'm glad to have met him and made his acquaintance through the Do You Want to Dance radio show.
Awesome.
Now, I think we have a phone caller.
We do have a call-in.
Let's see. Who do we have on the line with us?
Welcome to the show.
Yeah, hello.
Hello, who do we have on the line with us?
This is Mark.
Mark. Excellent, Mark. It's good of you to call.
I have a question for you and your cast and your workers.
Okay, let's hear it, Mark. What's the question?
How do you feel about Howard Stern?
How do we feel about Howard Stern? The guy has 3 left feet. The guy cannot dance for anything. Have you ever seen him try to dance? I mean, Elaine Bennis dances better than Howard Stern. So yeah, we don't particularly care for him.
He's the king, man. We gotta respect, man.
Well, yeah, but have you ever seen the guy dance?
It doesn't matter if you can dance.
Yes, it does.
The king doesn't need to dance.
That's the only thing there is. If you can't dance, then get off the floor. That's all I got to say.
Long live Howard Stern.
All right, thanks for calling, Mark. It's been nice. I thought we had a good thing going there, but Howard Stern just doesn't do it for me.
Wow. Wasn't expecting that one.
No, I certainly wasn't. Anyhow, Sophia, so what else do we got going on here in the very near future?
So tonight at the Encore, 7 p.m., please come for the launch party. I do want to debrief a little bit more about Monday night's field trip at the Tuscany.
Yes, let's talk about that.
Because we were doing swing all of June, and there were a lot of beginners that were very scared. They were sweating bullets to get onto the floor. But, through encouragement, they got on there, and I got a lot of good feedback because of how empowered people feel after they do something scary.
Oh, yeah.
They make it through, and then they feel great, and that is a perfect example of natural endorphins.
Mm-hmm. And you were out on the dance floor. You were dancing with, virtually everybody.
Well, I try to encourage. It does take, somebody to handhold in the beginning. But once you come out there, I try to make people feel good and confident about what they do. So
yeah, you lead by example. By example. And I saw some people who have wanted to come to your meetups, who haven't had a chance yet, who actually got out on the floor and they danced with some people who have been to your meetups, and there was a little bit of dance instructing going on. There were some people picking up the moves really quickly. That was nice to see.
It was really good, and there were a lot more that came that RSVP'd. I think there were about 20 people there. So it was kind of cool because everyone had something in common. When you do go out, you tend to think, oh, everyone's better than me, but everyone was in the same boat. Everyone became friends, and it was kind of like a teamwork.
Sure. Now, why in the world do you even do these field trips?
So the field trips are really great because it shows you how dance makes sense in our lives. A lot of times, we watch these fancy TV shows, or we think about dance, and all we think about is how much we suck. But honestly, all of us need it, and all of us can do it. It only takes a couple moves. Learn a couple twirls. You've got that under your belt. Guess what? For the rest of your life, you can move to music and you can invite someone to share the experience.
Absolutely. So you do one of these field trips every month, is that right?
That's right.
And you do it kind of pretty much at the end of the month.
At the end of the month.
After everybody's had an opportunity to come to the meetup group on Monday night and learn a particular dance. And this past month, we've been doing the swing. Is that right?
That's right. We've been doing the swing in June.
The East Coast swing.
It's single time.
How does that differ from the West Coast swing?
Yeah, well, it's the counts. The West Coast swing is considered a slot dance, meaning, you go up and down on the dance floor. East Coast swing is rotational, and you rotate kind of like in a circular pathway.
Right, but you still get to do the twirls.
You do the twirls.
Both in an inner and an outer.
You could do an inside turn, an outside turn, and if you've got those under your belt, you're pretty much set because it looks like you can dance.
Absolutely. Now, what do we have coming up for next month? What will we be doing in the month of July?
That is still a surprise.
Yeah?
I will let you know next week.
Okay. But it'll be fun regardless, right?
Yes, it's going to be a lot of fun. So please come on down if you've never been. This is a perfect opportunity for you guys. Come on out. Join the fun. Come on out tonight at the Encore Andreas, 7 p.m. Meet and greet with Sophia in Sapphire and radio launch party. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you, Al. Thank you, Adam, for joining the show. It was awesome. Please tune in next week, 4 p.m. on VegasAllNetRadio.com.
Thanks for listening to Do You Wanna Dance? Tune in again next week for more interviews, advice, and insight into how you could go from nerdy to flirty and learn how simple it is to turn your dreams into reality. On the Do You Wanna Dance radio show, Wednesdays at 4 p.m. here on VegasAllNetRadio.com.
Views and opinions expressed on this program were those of the hosts and guests and did not necessarily reflect those of Vegas All Net Radio, its affiliates, or its parent company.